Hello, and happy day. How does slowing down sound to you today? Would you like to reduce the noise for just a bit? Are you ready to make a choice and decide to listen? My name is Igor S.F. Walker, and I'm here to remind people to slow down, to reduce the noise, to walk their lives into a natural flow. Welcome back to the Book of the Week series. Every week, as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world, and today we look at who, not how. The formula to achieve bigger goals through accelerating teamwork by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. What would happen for us if we would shift our mindset from how to who? What would be possible for you if your capabilities and your potential were expanded by other brilliant who's? In looking at your own life for a moment, how much of it are you trying to shoulder alone for one reason or another? What are you trying to accomplish? Do you have who's in your life that give you the perspectives, the resources, the ability to go beyond what you could do alone? Or are you keeping your goals so small to make them easier to accomplish them on your own? It can be easy to focus on how, especially for high achievers who want to control what they can control, which is themselves. It takes vulnerability and trust to expand your efforts and to build a winning team. It takes wisdom to recognize that, number one, other people are more than capable enough to handle much of the house. And number two, that your efforts and contributions, your house, should be focused exclusively where your greatest passion and your impact are. Your attention and energy should not be spread thin, but purposefully directed where you can experience extreme flow and creativity. Results, not effort, is the name of the game. You are rewarded in life by the results you produce, not the effort and time you put in. This book argues that with each ascending level of success, your ability to produce results will be more and more contingent on who's, not how's. By focusing on who you work with and not how you achieve your goals, your level of accomplishment, and thus freedom, will dramatically increase in all key areas in time, money, relationships, and purpose. What if the instant you had a new goal in your mind, rather than procrastinating and feeling frustrated, rather than going through the slow and lonely process of achieving your goals by yourself, you could immediately experience a surge of energy and excitement? What if you could consistently achieve bigger and more powerful results without having to do all the work? What if you could imagine and accomplish multiple huge goals at once? Who creates results? How creates problems? Ultimately, who, not how, is about teaching you how to focus on what you can do and then finding other who's to do what they can do. In every who relationship, you will have who's, and you will also be a who. No who is viewed as better or more important than the other. All who's are essential. Transformational relationships, as opposed to transactional ones, are entered into for the purpose of change and growth. In transformational relationships, all parties give more than they take. There's an abundance mindset and an openness to novelty and change. Rather than viewing people or services as a cost, as in a transactional mindset, everything is viewed as an investment with the possibility of 10x, 10 times, 100 times, or even bigger returns in change. If you are going to apply higher levels of teamwork in your life, you will need to relinquish control over how things get done. Instead, you will need to put your trust in capable who's, giving them full permission to own their hows. How is linear and slow. Who is non-linear, instantaneous, and it's exponential. The first who is always yourself. Improve yourself, value yourself, and ensure that you are in optimal form, happy, creative, and connected to the most important people in your life. Relationships are how you transform as a person. Relationships are how you transcend your current limitations. Relationships are how you produce results. Relationships are the purpose of life. More specifically, research clearly shows that your relationships, not your willpower, are what helps you overcome something like an addiction. Number one, deathbed regret for most people is that they never took steps to do what they truly wanted to do with their lives. Instead, they procrastinated when it came to realizing their deepest dreams and settled for less. What procrastination means is that your goal or your ambition is great. It is something you would like for yourself, but you're not the right person to execute the plan, to achieve it. At least not right now. You need a who to get you through whatever stage you are in, because at the moment, you're clearly not the who in possession of the needed knowledge or capability. If you were, you wouldn't be procrastinating. The question is, will you find that help or just sit by yourself? This is how the impact filter works. Get clarity on the following. What is the project? Purpose. What do you want to accomplish? Importance. What is the biggest difference this will make? Ideal outcome. What does the completed project look like? Best result if you do take action. Worst result if you do not take action. Success criteria. What has to be true when this project is finished? As a rule, most people do not take the time to clarify their goals, or number two, to adequately explain their goals rather than being explicit about their aims. It is common for people to keep those for themselves. By answering the impact filter questions, you will be equipped to explain to other people what you want and why it is so important. Being able to articulate and express your goal is one of the most important and fundamental skills necessary for success. Only when your goal is clearly defined and persuasively expressed can you start getting the support you need to achieve your goal. Pygmalion effect, and what it means is that as people we are either rising or falling to the expectations of those around us. When the demands are high, we show up. When they are low, we settle. Commitment is a statement of what is. You know what you are committed to by your results, not by what you say your commitments are. We are all committed. We're all producing results. The result is a proof of a commitment. If you're truly committed to a result, you will need to focus on who, not how. Extreme commitment comes from clarity of vision and the autonomy to execute that vision in whatever ways the who sees fit. Transformational leaders invest in their who's. They challenge them. They help them clearly see the vision and ultimately get their who's just as committed and invested as they are. Without clarity of vision, autonomy is not affected. With clarity of vision, as well as with consistent feedback on results, Autonomy leads to high performance. Leaders should be committed to results, not a particular process. Rather than micromanaging the process, leadership should provide freedom and autonomy, as well as extreme clarity and high standards of excellence. Do not waste their time. Do your homework. If you want to develop transformational relationships, then approach relationships in a transformational rather than transactional way. Bring a result to the table. Make the pie bigger for everyone involved. Do not come with big promises of future results. Bring immediate results. Do not promise what you cannot deliver. Be a generous giver who is truly committed to service and growth, not status. Be nice to the people you meet on the way up, because they're the same people you will meet on the way down. Be grateful in large and in small ways to the people in your life, and you will attract incredible abundance. In order to have freedom of relationship, you can no longer engage with people that do not align with your vision. You can build buffers and systems to ensure you no longer directly work with people who are not relevant. As you say no to people and opportunities that do not align with the vision of your future self, your confidence will increase. Your team will also become more confident in you as your leader. Your current self no longer tolerates situations and people that your former self once tolerated. Your future self will not tolerate nor engage with situations or people that you currently tolerate. As you make courageous decisions based on the future you want to create, you can make bolder leaps into your freedom and success. Wherever you see brilliant work happening, collaboration is happening. You don't have all the answers. It is wise to consider yourself ignorant on most things and to seek other people's perspectives and solutions. Apply the 80% rule to move projects forward by not over-obsessing about your part of the project. Get feedback fast. Be radically open and honest in your communication. Ask for help when you need it. Seek to be a hero to those you work with, and you will do your best work for them. Focusing on how makes you rigid and non-collaborative in your thinking. Focusing on how stresses you out because you're already busy and cannot juggle it all. Focusing on how leads you to being isolated in your goals and ultimately slows your progress. Being isolated in your goals diminishes your dreams. Competition stunts create innovation and limits your future. Collaboration immediately expands your freedom of purpose and vision, because what you can do with others is exponentially more than what you can do by yourself. Collaboration. It allows you to focus on what you want to focus on and not feel guilty about getting help. Collaboration transforms the initial intent of the project into something surprisingly better and more impactful than you would have planned on your own. So, delegate everything except genius. Only through whose can the most important miracles and blessings happen in your life. Only through whose can your purpose in life be transformed and expanded. Whose help you see potential in your future and in your work that you cannot presently see for yourself. Whose expand your vision, giving you the confidence to pursue big goals. Your whos become your purpose. Every who is a transformational, not a transactional relationship. Not only will you grow and transform as a person through who, not how, but also you'll be able to transform far more lives by living it. Every who will be transformed through the goals you pursue and the purpose you fulfill. You will become a hero to your whos, and they will become heroes to you. Together, you will become heroes to the clients you serve. Who do you want to be a hero to? who can help you do this. Please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Leave a comment and share your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel. Stay up to date, and the link to this book is in the description below, so you buy it and you read. Never stop learning. Thank you. Love and respect.